You record? Yeah. Okay. What's up, y'all? We at the spot. Let's go interview the man himself. Let's go see. I think we can just go in. Okay. What's up? That's downstairs. Should we go? Or just... Hello?
Oh, what's up?
Oh, yo, what's up, bro?
Hey,
how you doing?
Good, man.
Here we are in the spot where it all goes down. Want to show us around a little bit, see your...
Yeah.
All right.
So this is like the third variation of this studio. It's accumulated over the past 3 months. I've had all this stuff though. I've always been a guy that kind of likes a lot of things on his wall. Like even this spot bugs me. There's not really a lot going on there. But I do fill every other area. But pretty much, I mean, I'm very, I guess, sentimental guy. I think that, I don't know, things like things, it doesn't matter what they are. For example, this guy right here. This guy means a lot to me because in like 6th grade, he was like on an antenna of a truck and I just took him off. And I was like, I like this guy a lot and I've had him ever since. He was in my college dorm. He's been to parties, like a lot of parties, and I don't know, he's just awesome. He's got a little thrifty ring from the mall that some guy engraved that didn't speak English. I think that's awesome. Oh, this right here. So basically, there's a lot of like storage in here, but I don't really know how to organize things. I kind of just put things where I think that I'll remember they are because of the sheer amount of stuff. It's kind of like organized chaos. This is the first time I ever wrote thrifty on anything, on its dollar. I just kind of came up with the name and then wrote it on a dollar for some reason. Thought it'd be inspiring. And I thought it'd be a big deal someday. Maybe it will be. I don't know. That's what kind of working towards. This is an old phone I have. It's an old thrifty sticker. I could go on all day about everything in here, but that's fire. Kind of a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I see you got a lot of clothes here. Is this your closet essentially out here? Or is it...
Yeah, kind of. More of the heavy stuff goes in here. And then random like thrifty pieces right here. This is thrifty boom. I don't know about that. Punch in on this, man. Punch in on this, man. Talking about this.
With the date and everything.
Hold up. Straight up. Dude, they don't know much about this, let me tell you.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, if I were to sell this, it'd probably be like $3,000. Yeah, a lot of the heavy stuff goes in here because just, there's industrial racks. I love them. Thanks, Mom, for these racks. She got them for free from the school she works at. It's so huge collection. This is all like scrap fabric. If I ever want to do cut and sew, every time I crop something or, get fabric for something, or, there's like something I don't wear anymore, I'll just put it in there and it's like this fabric. Yeah. Same type of deal in here. I made a stuffed animal. This is like cotton from that. This is random like blankets and heavy jackets and spray paint and then just like all clothing storage and screens. Nice. Yeah, usually I got like my underwear and socks in here, but laundry day, it's around the corner.
Yeah. Gotta stay cool.
If you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Over here is kind of like thrifty stuff. So don't really, this is an upcoming drop, man.
Blur it out.
Blur this out. But yeah, I mean, I could show you, but I'm just doing a bunch of random stuff. Kind of going a little ham.
That's sick. I like that.
This jersey too. Yeah, there's a lot of work still to be done for sure.
Yeah.
This is the first ever sample of Thrifty I ever got back in like 2020.
Nice.
When I started that job, same font. This is the first time I wrote it, which is awesome.
Fire.
Star on the back. This is an old hoodie too from that era of Thrifty. So, I mean, come a long way. A lot of my family members have like these hoodies and stuff, but some people that I went to high school with. But I mean, it's awesome. I like when people sign my desks. It just makes me feel like more, There's Evan.
Yeah.
There's Cray. was on here. I don't know if he. Oh, there he is. It's fire. Becca means shout out. Yeah. I mean, these are my sketchbooks through the ages. I kind of like to beat them up and draw on them. And I mean, it's like at first it starts off me from like when I was in college, just taking notes in class, and then it slowly just becomes an absolute, like, I don't know, burning pages. And
What's something in here, like your favorite thing? I know you talked about the skeleton, but just
favorite thing. Well, skeleton, like as important as I made him seem, it's like most of the items in here have stories like that and mean that much to me. Well, I got top two.
Okay.
Okay, we'll start off around the corner over here. This is a, here, I can get this. Awesome, way more lighting here. This is like a thing that yeah, and this is when I lived in Cedar City and I was going to college, and every time someone would come over they would sign it, and I just think it's a very beautiful thing that I will always hang in whatever, place I live at. My mom signed it, Amy gave birth to. It's like me, my friend Noah, and then Miles, who's upstairs. But yeah, I think it's awesome, honestly, I do. It's a lot of memories. I can there's so many people, but like I can read their names and like remember when they drew it on. And I really like this little piece, man. We lived in a place, we called it the Loft, so that's cool too. She's so lit. Never met her, but I think she's like the president. So, second thing is probably the set that I made. This is the album cover for my band. I can pull it up. It's pretty cool. But I made this set and it took me like 70 hours, and all of it's made by hand. So this is really cool. This is Miles. The band's called Mongoose Theater. So I just made us both mongooses. Yeah, man. So I don't know why it's like that, but they've got professional photographs, and I think it's the coolest thing ever. I'm a little biased though, but yeah, I think it's awesome. This is cool too. Shout out. But yeah. Thrifty kind of originated from like 8th grade to high school. So like in 8th grade, I started thrifting just because I like watched this guy on YouTube named Paul Cantu. Love him. He's like Thrift Jesus or whatever. And I was like, dude, like this is so fire. And he was like doing it in Texas, and like I was like, dude, I want to wear like Domino's work uniforms with someone's name on it. I'm like, I wasn't super, family wasn't well off growing up, so like we already kind of did thrift a little bit. I mean, of course, my parents, they did their best. We were pretty dripped out as kids, but in 8th grade, I'm like, I'm just gonna start thrifting, bro. Like, I'll save my family some money. Like, I'll look dope as hell. Like, I used to get like women's jeans and rip them up and stuff, and like get them like huge so they didn't look like women's jeans, but like stuff like that. So I was always thrifting, and like the only thing that I would actually buy retail was probably Converse, and even then I would, get the deal, like the buy one get one half off. I wouldn't buy them if it wasn't like on clearance or anything, but I basically just wore like only thrifted clothing from 8th grade till now. I don't know, I've always been like a thrifty person, and like when I was in Boy Scouts, they would do these awards, most likely to blah 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 blah, the blue and gold ceremonies and stuff like that. They'd be like, oh, most likely to, or best not tie or something, and it was like most thrifty, and like I got that award like 2 years in a row, and like I was like, dang dude, like that's so fire. Like being thrifty is like the coolest thing ever. And then COVID hit, and my mom's business tanked fully. It was like really tough. She was like door dashing at like the wee hours of the night, just like trying to scrape by. My dad was like doing the best he could, working remotely, and so I was like, I'm gonna start like a clothing brand, try and help out a little bit. Like I don't know what I would have paid for. Like I was like, I'm just gonna like try and help out, and I've always wanted to, and I've always been like big into art and thrifting and stuff, and I was like, I'm just gonna like, call it thrifty, and it just made sense to me. I don't know, like the word like kind of like I've kind of like formed my own meaning to it. It's like, for me, thrifty means making the most with like what you have, like doing as much as you possibly can with like the things you're given, like that's where the whole star thing came from too. It's like, that's why I've always drawn them too. I've never really had like a perfect star on anything, because it's like everyone's like a star in their own way. You know, not to be a star doesn't mean like you're perfect. It just means like you're doing the best you can, like with what you have. When I was like first starting Thrifty, like a few people would call me Thrifty, and I was like, oh, that's like a fire nickname. I like really like that. And like I remember the night that I came up with like THRIFTYLER, I was like trying to think of a new username, and it was the same night that I changed the brand name to Thrifty with a star, because like I'd always gotten like people being like going to Rite Aid and seeing Thrifty ice cream and being like, bro, or like Thrifty car rental. There's like Thrifty gas station. There's so many like things named Thrifty. There's literally Get Thrifty down the road. And I was just like, dude, I'm like, yeah, I know it's Thrifty, but like mine has a star. Like it's Thrifty with a star above the I. And so I was like, Thrifty with a star is like a lit name. So like that's how I came up with that. And it was awesome. I was so stoked on THRIFTYLER, honestly, bro. I was like, this is awesome. Ooh, probably, I love the French vanilla monster coffee, the 300. I'm like so ADHD'd out that I can just like drink energy drinks and they like mellow me out. It's kind of weird. That, and then I get turbos. Turbos are like Takis. They're like these little twists. I grew up on those, so those are fire. I recently made a shirt for George Clanton where I did like a portrait of him, and I'd never really attempted like realism with the airbrush. That was really cool. I really, really liked that. I did give it away to him. The original plan was to have him sign it and then I was gonna frame it, but then I was just like, I gave him another shirt, a yellow one, that I just like, he was like walking off stage and I totally forgot that I was gonna give that one to him because I already gave him the one that I drew of his face that I was wearing. I just took it off and gave it to him. I brought another one and he was walking off stage and I like threw it and he like turned around and it hit him in the face. And I was like, oh, he's gonna be pissed, bro. And then he's like, give me a thumbs up, and I was like, let's go. And then the next night he performed in Denver and he wore it and I was like, oh. Like I lost my mind. I was sitting right here and I literally dropped to my knees. I was like on the floor. There's like no one, you know, that I would be more hyped if they wore it. Like I was just like blown away. And then he wore it again. I was like, bro, this is in his rotation. I was so pumped. So if anyone watching this knows George or is part of his management, I want to give him another shirt. I want to give him decked out, fill his closet up. Love to do that. My buddy Quincy, shout out Quincy. He had these two friends in LA that wanted like this hoodie that I did with like this little, you know, I did this little 5 collection. So I got them hoodies, and one of the girls that I gave it to was working on like Yeezy season 10 and was like at Kanye's house, and she wore the hoodie and she told Quincy that she was there, and Kanye was like, yo, I with that hoodie, and she was like, oh, thank you so much. And she's like, it's one of my buddies from, well, it's Airbrush. And he's like, I like that. And so that was crazy. I think music plays a huge part in my creative process. I kind of like orient everything I do off of like music, if that makes sense. Like if I want to like get in the mood for something, if I want to like get creative, I like listen to music every single morning. Sounds cringe, but I like meditate. I like lay on my back and I set my phone right here on my chest, so like both the speakers are like going up to my ears. I'll play through like Radiohead or, you know, something that like will get me like, you know, out of like where I am. I don't know if that makes sense. And like I'll think about, you know, like stuff. I'll be like, okay, I want to do something like this, and then like I kind of just let my mind wander, and I'll like imagine myself on like big stages. I'll imagine myself at like runway shows, and just like, I don't know, I kind of like meditate and manifest and stuff, and like that really gets me going. And then that's when I usually like hop off my bed, either hop in the shower, or I just like literally step right into here, put a playlist on, and I just like get to work. And like that's how I don't let myself get out of that moment, but like that's kind of most of the time how it ends up happening. It's like off the bed, I'll get started, and then while I'm painting, like I don't really think about what I'm painting. I'm always like, since music's playing, I'm still in that mode where I'm like thinking, and like I'm like thinking about things. Like a certain song will come on, I'll be like, I could use this in a video, and like even if I'm not going to use that song, I'm imagining the video, and then I'll like sometimes turn around and go to my desk, write that video idea down, or like pull my notes up. It's kind of like very based around music, if that makes sense. Like music really, like I'll be at a concert and like I'll be so in the moment or something, or like something will hit me, like I'll get full body chills, and like my brain goes to like into like creative mode. It's just like, okay, I'm like thinking of things, and like I don't know, like music affects me in a way that I can't really like describe. Like it's crazy. Honestly, OXO, huge. Like I'm a Austin's first show was opening for my band in St. George. That was like their first show ever. So it's like since then I'm like, dude, these kids rock. Like, and I had listened to the EP because my friend Landon was on it on Bite Marks, and like he put on his story, and I was like, this looks sick. Like the album cover's awesome. So I listened to that, and I mean, always been a long time huge fan of Ben and Austin. Like, they're just amazing. Pine Grove is probably my all-time number one. They kind of like affect me like no other band. Like, now they're kind of like blowing up now. It's kind of weird, that one song. Like, it's fine. I mean, George Clanton, Turnstile, and then a lot of random electronic music. Mostly electronic music will get me like in the mood, like to just create, and just like, you know, I can like kind of drift away and, you know. Sewing super recently. Literally, like, Evan kind of taught me the basics. I'm still honestly figuring it out. For the first 2 drops, Evan did all the stitching. Like, I didn't do that. It was all Evan. Like, and I love Evan for that. It's like, he gave me the cosign to be able to do the stitching, because like it's very coined by Boom, that stitching. So he, like, I'll be forever grateful to Evan for that, for being like, yo, it's cool if you do that. I'll even do it for you. I'm like, dude, love that kid. Shout out, Evan. You could trim it way down. I'm a tangent guy. I'll talk about something, and then I'm talking about something else, and then something else, and then I'll bring it back. Let's get deep, bro.
The real me, no faking, I can't breathe. Time clicking.
500,000. Sorry, Jay.
Please set me free. We come.
Oh, dude, airborne. Yeah. You serious? Because I'd still go underwater, you know? You're underwater, you're limited to the water. I'm an airborne creature. I can go on land and water. Serious? Come on. I'd be a dragon. They go underwater. That'd be insane. So yeah, funny you asked that. I'm dropping on the 11th. The plan is the 11th. Hopefully I can, you know, make it happen by then. If it has to get moved back, it has to get moved back. Because, like, I'm at the point where I'm definitely wanting my releases to be like the quality that I want them to be. I'm like done just like trying to push out quantity, and like I want to focus on quality. And I'm kind of like on this drop going for like simplicity on some of the shirts, because I guess this drop is like quantity. Like, I want to have a lot, like even if it is something that doesn't take me as long. Like, I want to be able to sell like some $30 shirts, you know, like some $40 shirts. Not to please the masses, but I think that it'd be cool to get more people wearing it and like be more easily accessible, and like, you know. But yeah, on the 11th, dropping collection I'm very proud of. I'm going to be trying to do like realism, kind of like that George shirt. Keep those eyes peeled for that. I hate being corny and shouting stuff like this out, but I mean, yeah. Follow Thrifty with a Star on Instagram. You can follow me. It's at THRIFTYLER. Yeah, thriftyWithAStar.com. That's Thrifty with a star. One word. Yeah. Cool, bro. Old Spice deodorant signed by Garrett Castro. Sell this for the big bucks one day, man, let me tell you.